Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, Patreon, and anything else I usually go about on Twitter X. In terms of episodes of Death Stranding, I will continue for the moment being doing 2 episodes per week. So next one will be Monday, and then afterwards Thursdays. Yeah, I think at the moment is the base cadence that I have. Again, depending on how I feel I'm going about doing the recordings and having enough backlog episodes to maintain a good, consistent publishing of those episodes, I will maintain for now two of per week at the moment. But then we got already the completed gameplay series here. Got some plenty of games here. Some of them interesting, or all of them are interesting. I usually try to choose the best that I can here. But yeah, let's go to news. Interesting stories here. We got a sealed ZOTAC RTX 5090 box, basically containing backpacks instead of a GPU. And in the meantime, after this story developed from this buyer, supposedly MicroCenter finds 31 more cases of 5090s, it seems, uh, with the same kind of bags inside instead of having the GPUs there. Very interesting stuff there. This is not a usual thing to happen, getting something else, a brick instead of a GPU in that sense. This is usually happens on second-hand market, but it seems this is was done on the distributor side there. So not Zotac itself, but the distributors that Zotac works with, and supposedly that distributor was from China. At least it's the information that we got here from MicroCenter. But yeah, very strange story. This is at this moment in time of the story only from MicroCenter in Santa Clara, if not mistaken, which it's California, if not mistaken. And even Zotac came in and commented on this, which again, it was not them, that's for sure. It was somebody, or again, middleman from the distributor side. And I think this might happen a little bit more. I'm not sure, depending a little bit, because again, there is this pressure of the terrorist stuff there, and some bans on GPU side of things. And again, somebody thought this would be a good idea, putting at least from what MicroCenter received there, these 30 GPUs. I will assume it's not only 30 GPUs. I will think that more GPUs went through this process, and I think those GPUs will eventually go to the black market, especially in China, mainly because of the constrictions, which are the bans in terms of the AI capabilities that the 5090 supposedly has, and all the terror stuff there. Again, somebody's trying to make a quick buck, let's say, in China. Again, these things, when you have this kind of overall pressures, it only intensifies black market resurgence and spikes in terms of what you can find there. Yeah, this is not good. But yeah, if you're in the United States, at least what it seems here, given that this is a big retailer, MicroCenter, especially on these higher end GPUs, which are a more easy target for this kind of situation. Um, my advice is open up the box, especially on the GPU side. Again, it's a 5090, $2,000 plus, and to avoid any kind of hassle regarding resolving the situation, if by any chance this kind of thing might happen, is open like the most expensive stuff, in this case the GPU box, inside the store in front of an employee to confirm that the product is there, and then you can go on your merry way, so you can avoid the this kind of hassle. Or you have the opportunity, for example, to record your own unboxing, so you have some kind of proof that you were unboxing the thing, and the product was not there. But again, videos can be tampered, or you can it's possible to do some shenanigans while doing some unboxing. But yeah, this was sealed from factory still, so that there is something regarding this distribution side of things, again, specifically from China. Yeah, it's a weird case. Yeah, in this kind of situation, just open up the stuff in store if it's possible, for everybody knows that you're buying the product, that you're getting the product that you're buying. In other stuff, you got Elden Ring, got some numbers already. Supposedly 2 million players at launch day. Again, I think this two-player stuff here is sales. I don't think this is on any kind of subscription services, if not mistaken. I don't think this is on Xbox Game Pass, if not mistaken. At least I didn't see nothing here on the article referring to that. It seems that it's 2 million sales again, but we will need a week or so to get the proper numbering and confirmed sales, hopefully. And supposedly on Steam it peaked around 300k concurrent players, which is good. Again, we are now on the weekend. Today is Saturday. Supposedly it will ramp up a little bit. Again, this is a good sign. Again, the reviews were kind of not mid, but around 8.5, 9. Some of outlets, depending of the expectation that they have for the game. Again, I always said from the beginning that it seems that this is kind of an experimentation from part of software as a company in terms of developing games, and they wanted to try something new, specifically regarding co-op mechanics and how everything can be integrated on probably future games that might have this kind of features. And I think they wanted to do an experiment and see what they can do and develop in terms of game, just focus on that. Of course, they took the opportunity of, given that Elden Ring is a very well-known IP, sold more than 30 million copies, and they use a lot of assets from the Elden Ring stuff and even from Dark Souls. I'm not sure Bloodborne. I don't think they can use that because of IP rights. But yeah, a lot of assets and certain mechanics that were refined, and again, they were experimenting, and for the expert not be that much expensive in terms of developing everything from scratch. They took advantage of the fact that they have a good asset base on From Software, and again, they tried out. I think there might be some incorporation that might lend to a little bit speculation, especially on the lore side of things regarding I don't know, a connected universe between Dark Souls and Elden Ring. It's always been speculated, given that the a lot of the themes are very similar, and the aesthetics tend to be a little bit fantasy, medieval fantasy. But yeah, I think overall this game has to be more considered more as an experiment from software and trying to gain some experience on this kind of proper mechanics. But it seems so far that it is going well for them, better than expected, I assume. There's already been a couple of patches, or at least one patch, day one patch, if not mistaken, and next week will be another one. From what I saw on Twitter, I think it's what they preparing there. Uh, there there's supposedly also a mod for two-player. It seems already being worked on, and probably there were some hints that From Software will be post-launch to do, I don't know, a mode for two players there, trying to balance out the things there. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so far seems to be doing good. Again, usually this game is not for me, co-op or multiplayer PvP stuff. Usually it's not my jam. Um, but given that this game can be played solo, maybe I will try it one of these days. Let's see. In other stuff, we got Stellar Break. They drop out the PC demo yesterday or something like that, or 2 days ago. No, yesterday I think. I think kind of a little bit of now out of nowhere. There were some rumors here and there that this might happen. The most important thing here is that the region lock appears to be removed from the demo, and supposedly Shift Up is working with Sony to remove those restrictions also on the main game. Let's hope for the best there, because given that there is the decision of Sony not mandating PSN account linking with their own published games on Steam and Epic Game Store also, there is no need for this region lock. I don't see any reason. I don't know if it is something by default that it's done with, I don't know, some internal thing that Sony has in terms of the publishing arm, mandating automatically this region lock, even without the need of leaking the PSN accounts. But again, it seems that Shift is trying to pressure and arrange things so that the game doesn't have region lock at launch. Hopefully so, because it will only improve possible sales there. That's for sure. This game, given not only the aesthetics, but it seems to be a pretty good different game, action game there, with some different things to explore in terms of gameplay mechanics, not only the visual aesthetics. It seems a pretty good one. I'm curious to try it out. One of these days, I will probably try the demo, maybe do a recording, something like that. And it seems pretty optimized. At least the demo. I saw some screenshots on Twitter and commentary of people that already played the demo. It seems that even with mid spec PCs, it seems to be pretty smooth, the experience, at least on the demo, which is at least good news on that. On the other side, we got now Hell is Us. I think there is something regarding IGN. I saw Twitter also an ex post regarding the Hell is Us kind of a coverage thing that they have there. And they announced also they were going to launch a demo for this game. Um and we got also some PC specs, which I don't like that much. Again, this game is Unreal Engine 5. I think this is the first game this studio is doing, and I don't like very much the high specs demanding, and the fact that the FPS that they are announcing here seems to be with upscale enabled, which is usually not good. Given that, for example, for 4K with ultra presets, supposedly with, I don't know, upscaling in quality mode. Hopeful, I don't know. It goes about 30 FPS, which is not good. If this is the experience, given that you will need basically a 4090 or a 7900 XTX, which is the GPU that I have, to try and play around with upscaling enabled 4K ultra settings. Again, 4K Ultra, usually it's not what I recommend. I think there are some settings where you can tweak around and tone down, and you will not lose basically any kind of quality, and you can gain some performance there. Again, depending on the game, depending on the settings. In terms of CPU, is not very demanding. An 1170 700K or even the Ryzen 7600. Again, pretty tame on the CPU side of things. RAM 16 gigabytes, and storage. It's a relatively. I think this is only for the demo. 30 gigabytes of SSD. I will assume this is only for the demo. I don't see a game, especially on the Unreal Engine 5, occupying this small space on the hard drive there. But yeah, I will assume this will have to go about and do some more optimizations on the PC side of things, because or else everybody's cooked. I'm very interested about this game. The way they announced the game and the videos that we've been showing, it derives more about exploration and puzzling. No markers on the map. I think there isn't a map, even if not again, don't quote me on that, but there is not going to be markers. It's all about giving players kind of rough directions with some descriptions of where you are supposed to go or talk to regarding NPCs. So it's very exploratory in that sense, for people to navigate. And again, it has some combat. There is some gameplay mechanics on the combat, of course, which is tries to balance a little bit between challenging and rewarding, kind of Souls-like kind of a thing there, but it's not the main focus of the game, it seems. Um, yeah, I don't know. My only issue is the PC requirements for this, and the fact that the high demand for that I don't see. Given that, again, in terms of CPU, very tamed. Even though, again, it's basically Ryzen 7600 since recommended specs until the Ultra, it seems that there is the need to do some more PC optimizations in terms of the GPU used, because again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. the specs and what you can get in terms of frames and the settings there. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think again they should be focused now on having a little bit more optimization until the game is launched. But yeah, supposedly the demo will come out to 2nd of June, if not mistaken, on Steam. The game itself is still a little bit ways off. I think it's July, if not mistaken. Again, no, September. Sorry, still ways off. Okay, probably they will have time to do that. Interesting enough, I saw here. Yeah, the demo will be playable between the 2nd and the 16th of June. Maybe I think there is some kind of a trial here for the developers to get some telemetry and maybe optimize after people play this demo. Again, I'm not sure. I will probably try it out if I have time. But yeah, so I got at least two demos to check and see what we can do here. Maybe I can give some feedback within the channel and hopefully deliver some good information for the developers to work and work on this game, because I'm very interested on this one here. And then lastly, we got I saw this on my timeline again on Twitter X, which is similarly Ubisoft is teasing more Splinter Cell things. Again, the rumors is going to be a remake. I think I covered that a while ago. The possibility of a Splinter Cell 1 remake. Um, again, again, the remakes are easy to market because again, people already play the game, so they have a base fan, let's say there, and they can try to get around and have that already base fan that play the game to rebuy the game, let's say. Uh, um, I think it's good for the experiment, given that it's been a while since a Splinter Cell game came out. I think the last one was Blacklist. I played that game. I don't remember when it came out, but it's 10 years plus now. I played basically all the Splinter Cell games when they came out. I do enjoy this kind of stealth thing. It's kind of a tamed tactical espionage thing. It's more focused on stealth and what you are supposed to do there. It's kind of a relatively niche because not everybody wants to play stealth games. But I think this is a good IP. If it is done properly, it can sell well and they can profit out of this. I just think that it's best served, for example, probably they will do the remake and then afterwards they can scrap the story that are already been out and build up on that, on the remake, and try different things in terms story wise, the overarching story of Sam Fisher. I don't know. But yeah, it seems that probably will have something regarding Splinter Cell remake news. At least it's the rumor mill of, especially here, Tom Anderson, which seems to be kind of insider from Ubisoft related stuff, and usually he get things right. It seems again, huge grain of salt here. Uh, People are expecting this at Summer Games Fest, something to be announced. I think Death Stranding 2 will be also there because it's Geoff Keighley and Kojima. They get along pretty well, so there's going to be an event there. Probably people are expecting something to be announced in this Summer Games Fest, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't have a lot of faith, mainly because it's Ubisoft, but I do like this IP. Uh, the Splinter Cell one. I always enjoyed what they tried to do or what they did with the series. The overarching story of Sam Fisher can be a little bit finicky between games, but I quite enjoyed the gameplay of the stealth options there. But yeah, I will just go for gaming deals. Again, the gaming deals for today are from my library. So nothing from my wish list, and basically are all recommendations, of course. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, I do recommend. Again, pretty cheap, 85% off. And then we got the sequel, Mankind Divided. Already played a couple of hours, let's say, and at the time, and I did enjoy the continuation, and it's also 85% off. We got Dome Keeper. I played a little bit here and there. I played a lot of the demo before playing the main game. I do enjoy this kind of games. and it's 50% off. I do recommend this one, that's for sure. We got Jusant. I did a series on this one. I can recommend, especially at this price point, 55% off. Again, it's a shorter game. I think I did 9 episodes or something like that. I really did enjoy the experience, and what they tried to do there. I really did enjoy. Then we got Slay the Spire. Again, 150 hours already put in this game. 60% off. Again, it's a must buy if you like deck building games and roguelike mechanics to add to that. Then you got The Evil Within, 75% off, and there is some extra stuff here. The DLC it's pretty decent. It seems, at least is in line with the main game, and you can explore a bit of the side characters there. And then you got The Evil Within 2 also as a sequel, 80% off. Again, I did a series of both of these games. I do recommend at this price point. Very interesting what they try to do here in both games, and it's something different there. If you're curious, you can check out the first couple episodes to have an idea what these games are about. And then we got XCOM 2 again. Almost 500 hours on this game alone. I do recommend the collection here to buy all the packs associated with the main game, mainly because of the mod support. Again, a lot of mods will need these packs because they use the assets and tweak around those assets for the mod to be operational. My recommendation: go for the first run of the game, vanilla mode, and then the other runs that you want to do and experiment. Again, there is huge amounts of mods where you can try out and see for yourself. There is a lot of tutorials also of what you are supposed to do with the mods, the order of mods and the installation, what are compatibles or not. There is lists of mods with some more dedicated kind of styles of play or challenging mods that if you want to try it out. But yeah, I do recommend this one. And then lastly, XCOM Chimera Squad, which is kind of the spiritual successor of XCOM 2. It's not XCOM 3 or XCOM 2.5. It's kind of a side thing when they try different things, trying to trick around with some mechanics here and there. So it's not a pure XCOM per se. I think people, when this game came out, were expecting like at least a XCOM 3 or something like that, but it's not. What they try to do here is try around different things. It seems it's more constrained in the sense of squad building and all that, and the options that you have there. But they try to give you different options in terms of what you can do in combat. But yeah, very interesting regardless. And again, it's very cheap, 85% off. I think it's worth the try. I will eventually try this one out. It's just a matter of having time to do so. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here for today with a plug on my Patreon as usual for extra support to see if I can get around and get a better storage solution so I can have backups of backups for the stuff that I do for my clients. And of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.